Hello, hello. This is Cindy. I got a very special episode today. Another episode of Buckless Coach Web Show Live. Stay tuned. Well, hello, hello. Happy Friday. Happy Aloha Friday. Hope you're doing amazing and your holiday has been great. A little bit about the show. Buckless Coach Web Show Live has been going on since 2017. And I share foodie podcasts. I like to go to different restaurants here in the Huntington and Fountain Valley area. And also, I like to promote small businesses that are doing great things in the community. So today we have Brittany with Amuse for Autism. I'm going to pop off for just 1 minute and go ahead and tell your story.
Oh, thanks. Thank you so much, Cindy. I appreciate you greatly. My name is Brittany Boss, and we have the Amuse Foundation, advocating maintaining unity for special humanly needs and everyone. And it really is a group effort. So I do want to shout out to Andrea Hill and Melina Lavera, Ali Fialo, our treasurer, Tim, and of course, Flory and TJ. We have a very core group. And a shout out to Heck in the community for always supporting. We are a foundation that has a mission of educating our community about autism and furthering the progression of accommodations at city events, educating community staff, first responders, and providing resources and special events for families. We host a special summer camp every year for families with disabilities. And we just hosted a snow day last week with partnering with the city of Fountain Valley. So we do so many amazing things in the community, and it is all because of the support that we're shown. And we are just so grateful to be here and share our story and gather as many more families and supporters that we can.
Great. Well, thank you for being here. I just love how you're a servant leader and connected to so many great people like Hector and also Rocky McKinnon. So I just wanted to do a shout out to them. And so let's talk about what's going on for your Santa Cruise.
Thank you so much, Cindy. So tomorrow is our 4th annual Santa Cruise. And with the help of friends like Heck in the community, we gather a group of classic cars and some VW buses that decorate with lights. And we also provide Santa Claus. And we have an option for families to register for the event. So we meet at Denny's off Beach and Ellis, and we hang out there for 15 minutes, and then we proceed to route. We provide a special Santa house call visit for 5 families who are autistic, but we're not limited to that. So we have a couple families that have other intellectual delays. And this is really a great thing that we do because sometimes autism isn't the reality of some experiences that autistic families face is that they cannot go stand in line in public places. It can be overstimulating and overwhelming to go try and get a picture with Santa. So we provide the Christmas joy, and we show up to you and bring you a little goodie bag, and you get your picture with Santa from the comfort of your own home. And so all of the special events that we provide really come from a personal story because my family is a neurodivergent family. So I have 10-year-old twins, and my son is autistic and my daughter is not. So all of the special events and education that we provide stem from the personal experiences that we've had or lack thereof.
Well, let's talk about your website really quick. So you have your Amazon wish list and also your donate button. Let's talk about how we could donate to your cause.
Thank you so much, Cindy. Yes, our wish list is an Amazon wish list, and on there you'll find different equipment and items that will help us to fill our sensory rooms and our de-escalation tents that we provide at community events. Every summer in June, we are at the Fountain Valley Summerfest at Miles Square Park for 4 days, in which you'll find our booth, and we provide a 1-to-1 aid to walk around the fair with your family. And we have a tent full of de-escalating sensory objects and fidget toys and resources. This past year was the first year that we've advocated and they have provided us a 1 hour sensory hour. So now moving forward, the first day of the carnival, for the first hour, our Amuse for Autism registered families will get a 1 hour disability hour, and you get a free ride wristband. So we're very proud of that. And we also provided the first of its kind room at the tree lighting ceremony. So again, all those items in the wish list will help to provide for our sensory rooms and our summer camps and our winter camps. And our donate button goes straight to our PayPal. And with that, it helps us to, access other items that haven't been purchased on the wish list. And it also helps us to provide the special events for the families that we offer.
Well, we have Anthony on the move. Yeah, he's a podcaster that I actually met on a Caribbean cruise about 3 weeks ago. So thank you for being here, Anthony.
Oh,
So we have about 10 more minutes. So is anything else you like to talk about moving forward, what your goals are for 2025?
Great question, Cindy, and thank you for allowing me to answer. We have big plans for 2025. We just started a scholarship fund for the Golden West College. So we are going to provide one scholarship that will go to an autistic adult, and then we're going to provide one scholarship that will go to a sibling of a child who's autistic. And with that being said, the siblings are often called glass children because they don't require as many needs or financial needs as the child with a disability. They often may get looked past, is what the term mentions. Definitely no lack of love, but when you have a child with a disability in the family, the focus typically goes there. So we're really proud to work with the college and provide a scholarship for autistic adults and the sibling. Every April, we do an autism inclusion event. And so there you'll find resources and special we have characters that come out, and we have, food and music. And
What's the dates for April?
we haven't nailed down the exact date for this April. That'll be discussed in our January board meeting. So we'll have much more info, and we'll post all of those details on our Instagram and our Facebook and our website. So every year we do the April event, we do the June Summer Fest, we do the August Summer Camp, we do the Fountain Valley tree lighting in December. And then we're starting to do our park meetups on the weekends as we can provide staff. So we're really excited about that. And then this year, the scholarship fund. So we're really proud of ourselves for the advocacy that we are providing, because we have just been moving so quickly through the community and growing quicker than we can even imagine, that we've now partnered officially with the Fountain Valley Parks and Recreation Department. And
that's so amazing. Wow. I'm so happy for you. Thank you. Thank you for being here today and sharing, all the passion and being a servant leader. So some of the questions I like to ask, so if you were to meet a complete stranger, and then let's say, well, you will be meeting some strangers tomorrow. Well, how would you pay it forward to them to make a difference and to, add a little 1,000-watt smile to their face?
We always try to provide gifts that our friends create with our art days. So we have special ornaments that our friends have come and made, and tomorrow we're handing out little goodie bags for the families. But we're working on providing just like one of those restaurant days where we can invite people out. But all I can say is that everything we do is for the kids and for the families. So paying it forward, I mean, I don't know that I live a day where I don't pay it forward. So I don't know how to answer that specifically. Yeah. I kind of just always put myself last, but I network. We always visit the restaurants that give back to us. Rip Beer is a huge advocate for us, so we're so grateful for them. Denny's, we have a mural at Denny's. So with the murals that we provide in the city, it's an artist, and then we have a group of autistic individuals that come out to help paint those murals. So I don't know how to answer that exactly, but to just show my full and genuine gratitude to anyone that wants to come out and support. And we're always growing and wanting to learn new things on how to fully show our appreciation.
Wow. So are you looking for new board members or volunteers for upcoming events?
Great question. Yes, we just decided that as we're growing out of our manpower, we wanted to connect with other individuals that may have a little bit more experience in the nonprofit field and can really help us to grow in the way that we need to successfully. So, definitely looking for a couple more board members that can help. Fundraising is always something that we're looking to improve on. And volunteers, we have a couple park days. I believe we're going to be meeting on the 30th of December. I'm just waiting to hear back from our staff because it is winter break, and this is our new project that we're coming up with for the winter break. But we'll be meeting at the Fountain Valley Universally Accessible Playground.
Wow,
Um,
that's so awesome.
so if they email me, I will provide all of the volunteer opportunities, and we're always accepting donations, and it goes to such a great cause, and we've just helped so many families, and it just feels really nice to be able to be that person to spearhead this.
Yes, and actually, I would like to collab. We could talk about it probably February and March on, I celebrate national holidays, and we could find an autism national holiday where we could actually do a cruise, and I'll give 100% of my commission on all those cabins. So, say we do like a 4-day, 5-day, or 7-day cruise, and then all of it will go back to your nonprofit. So, that's something that I would like to pay it forward to you here in the next year or two.
Thank you so much. That would be so helpful, and we'd be so glad.
So, are you looking for any grants?
Yes, actually, I've applied to a couple this year. I have one more to apply to. I believe the Huntington Beach Citizen Committee sent me a link to apply for a grant. So I need to do that. And every year we apply for a Fountain Valley Community Foundation grant. They're a huge support. And that's something that we do need help with, grant writers and helping us to that next level. Right now, we have a donation letter and we send out to different corporate entities that have been helping us along the way. And just my word of mouth, I put myself out there to every other nonprofit that I can volunteer my time, because my time is my currency. And so we, Huntington Beach Auto Dealers, they're so great. They've donated to us the past couple years. We've gotten donations from AES. A couple years ago, we did receive a grant from the Huntington Beach Police Department. So really
Oh,
just trying to keep
amazing.
up with an annual income for our operational budget. So I'm learning as I'm going along the way, but the heart and the soul and the cause is there. So if you have any pointers, I'm here for it.
So let's do some shout outs. Let's start with Hector. So go ahead and shout out his name and also his group page on Facebook for Huntington Beach.
Sure. Yes. Hector Valdez and his wife, Holly. So grateful to them. They've been a huge support along with his car club. And I believe he runs the Huntington Beach community, one of the pages. And so he reposted us on there. And it's just with his help that I've been able to connect with so many other individuals in the community as well. I used to volunteer for the Kiwanis Club, and I've met so many great individuals there. That's where I met Rocky. Rocky McKinnon helped us with our snow day to help assist individuals in wheelchairs onto the snow sled. So that was awesome. And the Huertas, Jackie and Waco Huerta from AES, they've been a huge mentorship from me. And oh my gosh, so many different people. Who else can I shout out? Scott Tucker. He used to own Gallagher's, and we did one of our
Oh,
first
that is amazing. Yes.
yeah, he's such a very, very great friend. And I learned a lot from him as well, and him and his crew, and have been such a big support as well. And Mayor Glenn Grandis from Fountain Valley is a dear friend and mentor. So just really word of mouth in the community and trying to build us up as much as we can. And just my team. I'm nothing without my team. It's Andrea Hill. She's the site director for YMCA at Eder Elementary. And then Melina Lavera, Ali Fialo. And then we have Jonathan Serlin. He's now since left, but TJ, Keon, and Flory, just amazing, amazing people. And of course, my children. So I love wordplay. So Amuse is an acronym advocating, maintaining unity with special humanly needs and everyone. My children are my muse. And we are Amuse for autism. So, and then before I even log off, my father and my mother, my dad is a huge emotional support, and my mother, and my stepfather, who are here in Fountain Valley, I couldn't do it without them. So it really is a family affair. My little brother Andrew's in there with my son right now, so I can log on here. And when you have a child with special needs, you really need a village. And without my village, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't have the opportunity to advocate for those who need it. So I'm just very grateful for that. And we hope to be that village for individuals who don't have the family support. So
So let's talk about some of the things that you would do with your family, with someone with autism, going out there, create memories. Can you do a beach cleanup or something like that here locally in Huntington Beach? What are some of the activities that you could do with other people who are dealing with the same type of?
that's a great question. So with our group, clinically speaking, my son is what's considered moderate to severely autistic. He requires a one-to-one support aid. His autism presents in a social emotional, he has echololi, so he repeats things. So you can't really have a full-on conversation. He's also an eloper, which is a runner, and he may run off to escape something, to gain access to something, or sometimes no rhyme or reason. So when talking about going out in the community for events such as a beach cleanup, I personally wouldn't be able to do that with him there. So we kind of separate. So a lot of the families we work with also have those special needs as well, needing those accommodations. So when we do fundraisers, we can do a fundraiser like at a bar and grill where we have a band come and the adults get away, and then we can, support the adults that way. If we do a community event with our children, there needs to be one-to-one support aids, which is what we provide. So as far as a beach cleanup, that would have to be a day where like everyone's kids are at school and the parents can kind of go out. But I definitely thought about hooking up with Casey Faulkner. He's a great mentor as well. I met him when he first started, and he met with me a couple times and gave me some great tips. So if we ever did a beach cleanup, I would definitely reach out to him. But as far as what we can do in the community, it's kind of limited unless we have all those resources, which is what we hope to provide in the future. But we meet at the park, and we have dance parties, and we have art days, and we go to the trampoline, the Get Air locally. So a lot of our children just need that constant support. So we're a little bit limited on beach days. My son would just run straight into the water and
Oh,
would know when to stop. But definitely, if the children aren't involved, we would love as a whole to do something for the community such as that. I meet with Betty Flynn. She's so great in the
yes. Another great friend of mine. Yes.
yes, she's
Shout
so
out to Betty.
she does the parks committee. Yeah. And so when we first started, we did park cleanup with her. So a lot of things that we've done just over the years, and some things stick and some things we grow from and some things we want to circle back to. So yeah, I definitely have to shout out Betty. She's a great emotional support as well. And these people you don't always see every day, but you can't stop. They've made an impact along your journey. And so Ed Romo, you mentioned, I saw your video with his bikes parade, and
Yes. 4th of July. Yes.
the second bike parade that he did, he actually put a bucket at every bar for the bar crawl to donate to Amuse for Autism. And that's how we first started our funding for our summer camp. So
Wow.
yeah, but we're open to all in any suggestions and events and opportunity.
Exactly. So I want to have you do a shout out. Then I'm going to shout out Rocky and also the surf rider. So do a shout out to your website.
So our website is amusefoundation.org, AMUSE foundation.org. And we have our Instagram, that's Amuse for Autism _foundation. And then of course our Facebook, Amuse Foundation.
Thank you. So we have Rocky McKinnon over at McKinnon Surf and Sup Lessons. If you know someone who would like to do an adapted surf lesson, definitely reach out. You can reach out to me or Brittany to get connected. And also Casey Faulkner, he is with the North Orange County Surf Rider, and that's northocsurfrider.org. So anything else? We have a few more minutes if you want to do a couple more shout outs or just get more people to your event.
Yeah, the event would be great. We hope to be bigger and better each year. We go to 5 different houses. So I know that I've received a beautiful, positive response to families wanting to join in. So I'm thinking next year we're going to have to make it like like a 5-hour thing, and where I personally just drive Santa to the houses, and then we'll end with a car cruise, because
Yeah.
the car cruise are only available for, you know, a certain amount of time. But just the response from the families that are in need of certain events such as these, it's eye-opening. So also I have to shout out Lael from Denny's. That's where my son learned how to eat in public, how to be around the community. And we would walk from the apartment off Garfield and Main over to Denny's. And his staff is so friendly, so kind. And that's literally one of the only places that we go to eat, because it doesn't matter what stimming comes along, or if he runs off, or any type of behaviors that may be presenting in my son during overstimulation. They are so supportive and so welcoming. So, Lael, thank you for all of your support to my family and to our foundation.
And any other community leaders you would like to shout out before we close out?
Oh my goodness, where to start? Whew. Well, Huntington Beach has been so responsive. Chief Para of the Huntington Beach Police Department, I see him at all of the events, and he's welcomed us to come do some seminars for the police department. So I need to reach out to him and set up some dates. I feel like all of the mayors within the last 4 years have been so supportive. So we're not political. We are about autism and inclusion and the community. So Miss Carr, Miss Samantha, Tony Strickland, and even Gracie, they were all very supportive with my efforts and anything I had to say at city council. So I mean, everyone's supported for the inclusion, and hopefully one day we'll be an inclusive certified city. But for Fountain Valley, Glenn Grandis is a huge friend, a huge support, great friend. Steve follows, very dear to my heart. He's such a support. I keep saying because I'm like, I know I'm gonna forget somebody, but and you, Cindy, I'm so grateful to have met you and been connected. And I just feel very very grateful for today, for this meeting. So if I forgot anyone, I'm sorry, but everyone has just been so supportive and so open to what our mission is. The fire chief of Huntington, one of the fire chiefs, Jeff Lopez, he is such a great guy and great leader, and he takes yes, baby, Christmas Town. We're in Christmas Town. We'll get presents. Give me just one moment. So everyone at the Huntington Beach Fire Department are so welcoming. They take all of our meetings, and they're so open to growing with their training. So behind the scenes, we're working on our seminars and how we can better them. And I definitely have to give a shout out to my son's private school. It's called Portview Preparatory, and that's led by me, Laura Tomeno, and Dr. Edward McGowell. It's out of Tustin, and they have one in Ontario. But what they've built there is a community of inclusion and growth. And since my son has started attending there for a year and a half now, we've just seen so much growth. And when you have the right people on your team that really just connect with your family, it's so awesome, and it's a breath of fresh air. So I definitely want to just give them a shout out and just say thank you.
Yes, thank you.
She's guest starred for some of our seminars as well as the clinical expert. I don't know everything. I'm just a mom, but
But you're not just a mom. What you do is amazing, and never forget that. So at the end of the show, I also like to talk about DMO. So a DMO is a daily method of operation. So what are you doing as your daily method to make a difference to people that cross your path?
Oh my goodness. I am just always open to connection. I'm always talking about autism, talking about the community, open to receive. I was requested, Sandy Licata is the director for the Miss Fountain Valley pageant. And Sandy's husband played Santa Claus at our snow day last week. And Sandy reached out to me and says, hey, would you be open to having a conversation with this person? She could use a little mentorship. And without, wanting to give any information about somebody's personal it's obviously about autism. And so I was able to hop on a call and speak with somebody that I've never met before and give them a little insight from a parent perspective, from a woman's perspective. And she texted me and said that it was a breath of fresh air to speak to her because she has a hard time speaking to her family and really becoming into herself. And so when you leave yourself open to opportunity and receiving and just leading with good intent, the right people will come along and you'll make an impact in places that you didn't even know were possible. So I actually have my father a lot to thank for that, because my dad texts me like every day with affirmations and just
Oh, that's amazing.
yeah, he's my best friend. But daily method of operation is just lead with your heart and lead with the good, and there's always going to be an upside of a situation. And if you're in a dark place, just hold on and wait for that light at the end of the tunnel. So
Definitely. I want to talk about a couple of mine. So I like to call at least 5 to 10 people a day. And usually a lot of them is Rocky and Casey, because they're people they're very near to my heart. And so I want to say maybe every couple months I will message them, and just anybody in my sphere of influence, just to make a difference, because it's important as entrepreneurs not to always be about business, and to call someone and let them know that we care about them, because at the end of the day we don't really know if we're going to have another day. So live life precious. And then also you'll see people who may be posting negative on social media. And the most important part of every single day is waking up. And that's all that really matters, is to surround yourself with the right people, waking up and being grateful. And everything else will come when it's time. So.
Yep, I agree. That is a great way to live by. That's very great advice.
So we're at the end of the show. I'm going to pop you in the green room. Any last minute thing you would like to mention here on the show?
No, everyone in the group chat, thank you so much for viewing and for your support. And just to all the families that have entrusted in me with guiding them through the advocacy in the community, I'm just so grateful to the families that are open to it and allow us to speak about them and share our photos and videos from our events, because those memories are our memories as well. And at the end of the day, it's about the smile that we're putting on everyone's face. And I'm just so grateful for the families that we've been able to connect with and meet along the way.
So one last shout out real quick. Tell everybody what's going on tomorrow, and then I'll put you in the green room.
Sounds great. Tomorrow, Saturday, December 21st at 6 p.m., we're going to meet at Denny's off Beach and Ellis, and we are doing our annual Santa Cruise. We will go to 5 families' houses with special needs and bring a special Santa visit just for them, and we're going to end at Wahoo's off Warner and Beach. So it's going to be a great evening full of holiday cheer, and I'm thankful for everyone involved. And to the families that are going to be included, I'm so excited to meet you and see you, and Merry Christmas.
And definitely I'm going to repost your flyer. And also I have a couple other friends who are doing lighting events in neighborhoods. So if you tune to Bucket List Coach Web Show, or even Ask Sydney Connector Live, which is my entrepreneur podcast, you get all that information. So we have a couple people left on the show. Does anybody want to post a comment or question before we close out? So just hold off a second, and then we'll put you in agreement. Okay, it looks like that is it for today. And happy holidays, and have a great event tomorrow.
Thank you so much, Cindy. I really appreciate your time.
Okay, thank you. So there you go. Make sure you go to the show notes to connect with Brittany, and definitely share her flyer. You get to actually check out my flyer at Bucket List Coach Web Show here on YouTube. And I hope to see you at one of the beaches of the world, and go out, make a difference, give back to your community.